Hey, what's up guys? Clue here, come back with a new video. Today's video, we're actually commentating over CLG Academy versus TSM Academy. Currently in the background there are the bans going off, with Rise being the first ban from CLG and Jace being the first ban from TSM. Just gonna go through the teams. We have Fallen Bandit in CLG's top lane. CLG's jungler is Wiggly. CLG's mid laner is Tuesday. Their ADC is Stixay, and their support is Colin. On TSM Academy's team, we have Brandini in the top lane, Grig in the jungle, Ablaze Olive in the mid lane, Tactical in the ADC position, and Treats in the support position. As you can see, Vladimir has been banned by CLG Academy now, and Thresh as well as Nico now. Nico is currently a very strong pick, and on live not so much, but this is currently being played on patch 9.4. The nerfs from her W and I think her AD as well haven't come into effect for this game. This game was played, as this is a VOD, was played about a week ago. So it is a little odd, but kind of just practicing and trying to improve. So we can see Galio's been picked first by CLG. I assume that will be a Galio support. And for TSM, the bot lane has been picked up, which is an Ezreal and a Braum, a very safe bot lane. We got a hopper of a Twisted Fate currently. Doubt that will be the pick, but there is always a chance. Yeah, so the Kai'Sa is picked up instead of a Twisted Fate, which makes more sense. As well as a LeBlanc. So their mid lane and bot lane, I'm pretty sure that's their bot lane, has been picked up. And the final pick will be Lysandra. I'd say is probably a good pick. The whole Lysandra goes into assassins really well with her W. If you're fast fingers, you can root them while LeBlanc jumps in. She's tanky, good damage, has a stasis. Pretty safe pick into an assassin. So we're into the second ban phase. Jarvan has just been banned by TSM. And it seems like bans aren't going as slow as last game that we recorded, but I'm always happy with that. Actually, I say that and the ban slows down, so, you know, that always happens. But we do have the Ornn. I'm kind of surprised by the Ornn. He's not too strong, but I guess with the later game that TSM has currently, Braum would be quite scary. Not Braum, a Ornn. Cannon is now banned as well. Cannon having very good team fight and facilitating a lot of the team fight that would be in CLG because of Galio's ult and Kai'Sa being able to ult in as well. That would be a really nasty combination. Olaf has been banned. Nocturne is picked up for the jungler of Greg. So we're still waiting on jungler and probably top laner for CLG, and just top laner from TSM. Actually there's no flex picks on really either side. Maybe Galio, but I still think Galio is going to be their their support. We have the Sejuani and the Aatrox coming in. They've got a they've got a tanky and high damage lineup. If the Aatrox is picked up here, that is pretty well rounded out, but actually it will be the Gangplank, so good scaling on their team. Yeah, they've got two beefy tanks, an assassin, two really sustained damages from the Kai'Sa and the Gangplank. But he will be up against a Yorick. Yorick being one of the currently strongest characters in the top lane, except for Nico. Nico is kind of busted, but Yorick is pretty strong right now. I'm assuming they're going to swap that, and it's not Brandini taking the Nocturne. I'm assuming that will be changed, but we have until 20 seconds. There we are. It's just been changed. That would have been a very interesting game. But yeah, so on the lineups we have Gangplank in the top lane, Sejuani in the jungle, LeBlanc in the mid lane, Kai'Sa and Galio in the bot lane for CLG. And on TSM side we have the Yorick in the top lane, Nocturne in the jungle role, Lissandra in the mid lane, and Ezreal and Braum in the bot lane. Just going to skip ahead to the game actually starting. Seems like it was probably a pause at the very start of the game. Not too sure as to why that happened, but yeah, 5 minutes in between the game starting. I don't think there would be too much to talk about at that point. Key things to point out. Tuesday has picked up the cleanse to counter the Lissandra ultimate. Anything else kind of weird? Not really. Pretty normal pickups. Tactical does have the teleport for his laning phase. He doesn't need the heal too much, as well as Stixxay actually has picked up teleport. Usually Ezreal doesn't need heal just because he is such a safe lane with his Arcane Shift. Pretty much being a secondary flash, and we have an in-game pause. We're just going to skip ahead and skip the in-game pauses because that's what we can do when we have a VOD. Just looking for some wards in the jungle. Grig does get a little bit of damage on him, but he does protect himself from being seen. But they will know where he is starting. Normal starts, nothing unusual. Okay, I was confused as to how Wiggly had one CS. He must have killed a ward. I was very, very, very lost onto that one. But yeah, the game is going to start off quite normal. I do believe that early, if Grig is able to get some early kills, just a little bit of poke in the mid lane, but yeah, if Grig is able to pick up some early kills, he can snowball this game quite hard. Same goes for Tuesday. Tuesday can scale quite early and get his kills, then I do feel that he will be hard to deal with. The minion dematerialize actually picked up for both mid laners. I don't believe that's normally seen on a Lissandra, meaning that Lissandra does not have any of the sorcery tree, so she has no mana flow band or such like that. Brandini is taking a lot of damage, both flashes used, and no kill we picked up, but both flashes were used by the top laners. Fallen Bandit does currently have full health, and Brandini is around half health, so he does have to sacrifice a lot of his lane. You can see a bit more poke going on in the mid lane, but nothing too much. Sejuani is coming in to look to disturb the jungler of Grig. Maybe a kill coming out of this, but I don't believe so. No, it's just going to be... it resets the blue, so blue may not be given over and they have to back. No. Blue will be taken and Grig will have to back, losing his blue and being 3-buffed. But he does not give over the kill, which is very important. Ablaze Olive has used his teleport into the mid lane. It is pretty much expected. Nothing really should happen at this time of the game, but he did back to get an early. Oh, and he does stop the back of Tuesday, which is a big deal. But yeah, he backed because he was low, as well as getting an early item advantage, and stopping Tuesday is quite a big deal. You can see that the counter jungling is still continuing. Just Grig kind of being kicked out of his own jungle. He has to go top and try and fight off the Krugs. Nothing really happening in the bot lane. They are being pushed in, so CLG does have priority in lane. So that's why Sejuani was able to invade for so long. Taunt does coming off for the trait, for call in onto traits, and they will trade back a little bit of damage, but CLG does come out on top of this. Key thing to mention here is Stixxay is actually the first, I'm pretty sure their first squad ADC, so he is for the first team. This is CLG Academy that's currently playing as well, so he seems to have been demoted for this week, or for that week actually, because this is last week, so you guys would have probably been aware if you watched the NALCS. There is a double, oh actually we're doing a bit of damage. Wow, Interesting teleport for Stixay. I'm not too sure as to what happened there, and he did... I have no idea what went on there. I thought that was a teleport coming in from Fallen Bandit, but no, Stixay did use his teleport. I assume he thought he had a heal, but massive mistake there. Flash was used and heal was used by Tactical and Treats. Grig is taking a little bit of farm back, but yeah, that could have been a kill easily given over to CLGA Academy, but the mistake of Stixay has given Tactical and Treats a second chance. Just continual poke and pressure from the LeBlanc in the mid lane, but Lissandra does have quite a bit of safety with once she hits level 6, she's currently level 5, so very soon as to when that will happen. Teleport was used by Tactical to get back to lane early. Stixay does not have teleport, so he does not get to lane as early, which means TSM look to be freezing it, I think, meaning that they will be able to keep the farm and likely try and stop CLG from getting as much farm. We do have an Earth Dragon in the bot lane, which Earth Dragon is probably going to be quite hotly contested, especially for the team that is ahead. The Earth Dragon does provide the extra damage to turrets and contested minions, or contested large, what are they called? Baron and Dragon. I can't think what they're actually called. Grig is getting poked out here. I do believe he did pick up that. Maybe he didn't. No, he didn't. He did not pick up the Gromp there, but does get poked out. So he lost health and lost the Gromp there. So a little disappointing, but it was better than giving over a life. Wiggly has been doing quite well in the jungle, really pressuring Grig. That is all because of the bot lane having priority. You can see that the Earth Dragon has been started up and will likely be taken by CLG. Grig is in the top lane, so there's no contest here, and Earth Dragon should go down unless it is stolen by an Ezreal ultimate, which is very unlikely. Tuesday is getting poked out of the lane and having to probably back out of this one. No, he ulted the wrong one. That's a bit of a yikes there. He really, if he did ult the correct LeBlanc clone, then well, not the LeBlanc clone, he would have most likely got the kill there. Fallen Bandit still has not used his teleport from what I can tell, so it looks to be they're saving it for a fight somewhere in the game. Brandini is pushing in, as you'd kind of expect from a level 7 Yorick, having quite a lot of lane pressure with his ultimate. Actually, I think it's a sister of... I can't think what it's called. No. Mistress? I don't know. I have to really check that one up. But yeah, so you can see that Tuesday still has both of his summoners. He does not have teleport, so he did have to walk back to lane. CS wise, equal in the mid lane. Yorick is ahead by about 3, so pretty equal. Wiggly is ahead by about 12 or 10 now, which is quite a big deal. Bot lane is very equal. Actually, all around this game is very equal. Gold wise, it is 300 gold to TSM Academy. Taken most likely from tower plates? Yeah, the extra tower plate from top side that Yorick did get gave 160 gold, meaning that that is part of the lead. But CLG does have the Earth Dragon. Oh wow, Stixay did pick up the blue buff there. That was a pretty good steal and means that a Blaze Olive does not have blue buff in lane, meaning he has to conserve his mana a lot more than he previously would have liked to. LeBlanc will most likely get some lane pressure off that as well. I do not believe Tuesday has blue buff himself, so it should be still equal in the buff kind of area. Just normal poke and farming in the bot lane, nothing too crazy. We have seen a few fights there. Just the ultimate used to clear the wave, because it most likely means he wants to back and just wants to push it in quickly, stop the wave from crashing into his lane, into his tower, and losing farm and experience, as it is not something you usually want to have happen. Ablaze Olive does turn this. Oh, actually, Wiggly comes in, Ultimate comes in, and Ablaze Olive will be taken down, and Tuesday does live. It looked good for the Lissandra there, but Wiggly was there to follow up and protect his mid laner. But yeah, it all looked pretty good until Wiggly rocked up and ruined his party. So you can see that did put the gold onto the CLG side. 6A does get poked quite heavily. His teleport will be coming up soon, so he may just clear this wave and back. Well, actually looks like it might be a few, maybe about 30 seconds left on it. He did use his flash in that though. Tactical does have his teleport as well, so if one does back, the other one can follow, or they can keep it for priority on teleport. You can see that Ablaze Olive has used his teleport, so they're currently about 2 teleports each side. I say about because Tacticals has just come up, and at that point when I said it, he didn't. The reason Lissandra is so strong in the Assassin matchup is, as well as him having his root and his and her ultimate, I mean, her, not his. Also has Aftershock. Aftershock gives the extra stats when they do CC someone, and that does provide a lot of safety. You can see a lot of damage coming down onto Fallen Bandit. He'll have to back and maybe teleport. Not something that you usually want to do as a top laner. Teleport advantage is a very big deal. You don't want to be giving the other lane, your lane opponent, the opportunity to make a impact on another lane where you can't. Yes, Fallen Bandit does teleport into the top lane. Not too bad of a teleport, just because there was looks to be a fight starting out on the Rift Herald here. Rift Herald will likely be picked up by Greg here, and if used before the 14-minute mark, will most likely get at least 2 turret platings, but if they do use it top lane, there is a good chance that they could take the tower. You can see Ezreal has picked up his Iceborne Gauntlet and still stacking his tier, whereas the Kai'Sa has picked up her Infinity Edge. Mid lane still both have their Lost Chapter but have not upgraded into their Ludens, which most likely they have enough gold to at this very moment, but they just have not backed. Maybe not Ablaze Olive, as he does have his Mercury Treads and 2 Dark Seals. He may be a little bit further behind because the LeBlanc does not have double Dark Seal and does not have boots. Top lane, you can see that Gangplank has picked up Sheen and Phage, whereas Brandini has picked, the Yorick has picked up a Phage and Ninja Tabbies. It looks to be a fight coming in, but Tactical does just Arcane Shift away and play safe. As I mentioned at the start of the game, he has a lot of safety in lane, not too big of an issue. Junglers have both picked up their jungle items. A lot of safety. Oh, actually, there's 2 fights going on currently. I can't see the top one right now, but it does look that Tactical, Tactical does pick up the kill. Greg does have to go into stasis. Ablaze Olive is going to take down. No, that Greg will take down. No. Wow, that was a good turn by Tuesday. And both Ablaze Olive, will he live? Yeah, Ablaze Olive will live. So that was a 1-for-1 trade across the map. You can see that Greg, Wiggly, Tuesday, Ablaze Olive, Treats all use their flash. Galio did not use his flash in his death. He saved that and tried to ult away. Remembering that ult does not provide the damage reduction it previously did. Heal was also used by Treats. And yeah, just a lot of flashes blown by both sides. You can see the Luden's Echo has been picked up by the LeBlanc. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. It just ran off, popped up. That scared me. Gold-wise, it is very equal. Only 100 gold in it. 2-1 is the score. CLG being ahead in the kills. The reason the gold is so close is I believe TSM did take a few more platings than CLG did. So, plating. in this season are such a big deal for gold. Ocean Drakes are being contested right now. Looks like Sejuani won't actually contest. She is top lane looking for a gank on the Yorick, so Ocean Drake will go over to TSM Academy and equal up the dragons 1-1. It's like apples for oranges, two different buffs that affect the game in two different ways. If it was the Ocean Drake earlier on, would have made a lot bigger of a deal, but Earth Dragon is better later in the game usually, just because of the extra damage on Baron, other dragons, and towers. The Ocean Drake does provide extra, mana regen and healing, but not too big of a deal at this point in the game. You can see Greg is looking to use his Rift Herald in the bot lane. Wiggly is currently there as well. They will use the ultimate to try and poke him down a little bit and force him away from tower. Rift Herald will dive in and do a massive amount of damage, but will not take the tower, and Rift Herald will go down, not taking the tower. You can see they used that after the 14-minute mark, so tower platings weren't up to be able to take gold. That usually is their goal. First turret is still an option, so Tactical is able to get his W off on the tower and auto. That tower will surely fall. Ablaze Olive did roam top side to try and get the tower in the top lane as well. And it looks like Brandini will most likely take this tower. And first tower will go to the TSM Academy. No real damage done to the mid lane turret by Tuesday either to try and trade that off. Sejuani is looking for a gank, a dive under the tower. Does miss the ultimate onto the Tactical, and Treats will live. Blaze Olive teleports in, jumps onto the Galio. Galio will go down. Is being turned by TSM Academy, and it will be a 1-for-none trade with top lane tower also falling. There was the flash and the ignite used by Colin, the teleport used by Blaze Olive, the flash used by Tactical. So pretty even on that. Tower will not fall, I do believe. Actually, it will fall, meaning that they will also get a tower. So 2 towers to 0 with a 1400 gold lead. Yeah, that's what I meant, not 14,000. Both the top laners have picked up the Trinity Force now, so Gangplank is looking to do a fair bit of damage to the squishies on the TSM side. Both of the junglers looking to pick up their second item after their jungler item. Both mid laners currently have Luden's Echoes, with both of them? No, only Ablaze Olive having a stopwatch. Tuesday still does have his cleanse. Tactical does have his frozen. What's it called? Frozen. I haven't up mind blank. Yeah, has 2 of his items. I actually can't remember either of those items currently. Muramana before it's upgraded, and Iceborne Gauntlet. That's the word. Finally picked it up. Dixay should have now upgraded his Q on Kai'Sa because he does have his pickaxe and his Infinity Edge. So he'll be looking to do quite a bit of damage with his Q. Brandini doing quite a bit of damage onto Fallen Bandit, the Gangplank. Continuing to do damage from the... I really need to work out what her name is. But yeah, while I search that up, I will continue to cast. So, bit of pressure into the mid lane. They've moved both of the bot lanes into the mid lane, and both of the mid laners should be on the bot side split pushing. Yorick does have a lot of priority top. Gangplank having to back, possibly giving over tower. Yeah, but as this game goes on, Mirror Mana has been actually upgraded by Tactical with the Lost Chapter. They're going in with Tactical actually does just jump out, but he will be taken down by 6A jumping in, as well as Tuesday jumping in. Treats will fall as well. Grig will not fall, but will get a LeBlanc Q hitting her. Brandini will come in. I don't believe he'll be able to make much of this, so kind of risky that pathing he made there. Yeah, turret will fall. Brandini may actually get jumped on. That was quite a mistake from him. Yeah, he has to flash now. And a pretty big mistake made by the by Brandini, but Ablaze Olive and Greg do jump in and do pick up 2 kills to substitute for the 2 kills picked up by CLG. That was a very good play. Actually, 3 kills. Yorick does pick up a kill, a shutdown actually onto Tuesday, with Tuesday using his cleanse, as well as I believe his flash a little bit earlier on in that fight. Blaze Olive did have to use his flash, as well as Brandini. Tactical did not have his flash up for that fight, as that was how he did get caught from the Sejuani ultimate. TSM currently going to pick up a Earth Dragon to equal up the Earth Dragons, which is quite a big deal. So CLG will not have an advantage from their dragons, and TSM will take the advantage. Brandini does back. Top tower did fall, and mid tower did fall for the TSM side. You can see LeBlanc is looking to pick up a Merlonomicon to be able to burst the squishies like Ezreal out, as well as Greg, because Greg will not be building many resistances. Lysandra is looking to build a Zhonya's as her second item. Tactical, the Ezreal, is looking to build his third item, which will be an Archangel Staff. He is going the hybrid AD AP build. Sejuani has picked up her Warmogs. Grig has picked up his Black Cleaver. Both of the top laners have their Trinity Force and looking to go into their Sterak's as their second item. Bot laners are pretty equal as well, actually. Pretty much have the exact same items. Both of them having a Glacial Shroud, Mercury Treads, and their upgraded support items. The towers have been equaled up by CLG. Brandini will look to just push this way back into their side. All the other turrets currently in this game have been taken down. Looking at CS wise, Brandini is currently ahead. Sejuani is ahead. Wiggly is currently ahead of Grig. Ablaze Olive is currently ahead of Tuesday. Tactical is very equal. Stixay actually 1 CS currently in it. And bot lane is obviously equal, and CS does not usually matter for bot lane. Actually, Brandini probably could take the tower. No, you can't. Not enough minions. We do. Oh, actually, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage on the towers. Did not expect him to be able to do that much damage to a tower. The Sheen proc did help that, as well as Demolish. Looks like Brandini is going for the kill, but Kai'Sa was there, and Kai'Sa will come and save Fallen Bandit. Taking the kill. Brandini just overstepping where he should have been. That will miss the... Yeah, that Ezreal ult did miss the Gangplank. Tuesday is going in for a kill. Tactical does go down. Tuesday does pick it up. Fallen Bandit does come in. Call-in does use his Galio ultimate and does not get anything from it. Braum will ultimate, but will be taken down, and that is a 3 for 0 because Brandini did fall earlier on, which may set them up for Baron, as it is only Grig and Ablaze Olive. Yes, they will be going for Baron. Brandini is up though, so it is a 3 versus 5, with Brandini being quite strong now, having Sterox and his Trinity Force, so damage is going to be very hard for him to take. Grig does get taken down, meaning that Baron will fall for CLG Academy, and yeah, will fall for CLG Academy. Wasn't sure if there would be a counter to that. Blaze Olive stealing up, but Wiggly will go down, and making it 3 people getting the Baron on the CLG side. A 1 for 2 CLG coming on top because they did pick up the Baron. Tower-wise, TSM did pick up that tower in the bot lane, so they're currently ahead. Gold, CLG is ahead about 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold isn't too much, not enough for really items. You can see that the bounties, Kai'Sa has a 550 gold bounty, as well as Lissandra and Tactical having a $450 gold bounty on them too. So if TSM is able to pick up the Kai'Sa, they will get a juicy little bonus, as well as if CLG do pick up the kills on a Blaze Olive or Tactical, they will get a nice bonus as well. I do believe that Lissandra does have a bonus just because she has farmed better than her opponent. Fallen Bandit decides that he wants to use his stopwatch right there and then, which is a big deal because you cannot buy another stopwatch. He has used his stopwatch, and unless he buys a Zhonya's, he has just wasted it. Fallen Bandit, oh no, Tuesday looking to take top tower with his Baron buff. Baron making the minions quite a bit harder to kill, and the cannon minion being out of range of the tower. They do pick up the tower in the mid lane. CLG is kind of picking up all the outer turret kills as normal when you do get Baron. Usually Baron means free gold for all the outer turrets. Top turret does fall while I do say that. You can see that it looks to me that a Blaze Olive is looking for a flank. The ultimate does come in onto the Galio. Galio does get stopped from his ultimate and will fall down. Yes, very slow to fall down, but Treats does fall down as well. Equaling up support for support. Tactical does get jumped on. Tactical does not fall, but a Blaze Olive does fall. Brandini currently not in the fight. He was not able to get into the fight. I believe that Fallen Bandit did keep him zoned out. Wow, Tactical does pick up the kill onto LeBlanc. LeBlanc making a big mistake there. CLG looking to run straight through the mid lane and take most likely an inhibitor turret. Tactical backing really quickly to try and stop that, but will most likely be unsuccessful. Brandini decides to push the bot lane, and they decide to sacrifice their mid lane inhibitor. So Baron wise, they did pick up, I believe, 3 turrets and an inhibitor for that. TSM did just pick up an Infernal, so while not worth, it may help them as the game progresses. The bonus stats given from the Infernal Dragon are quite a big deal. Usually your first dragons are the most cost effective, but inhibitors can usually be quite detrimental and putting pressure on their own base. So while it wasn't a like-for-like trade, it was still a compromise made by TSM. They knew they weren't able to fight for the inhibitor, so they decided to take a small, not as good equal, just to try and make something out of a play. You can see that the Zhonya's has been picked up by Lissandra. Looks like both the top, oh actually no, Fallen Bandit is not looking to pick up his Guardian Angel, but you can see that Brandini is. Same with Nocturne. I'm not sure what. I'm trying to think what Wiggly may be picking up that has a Kindle Gem and a Chain Vest. I can't currently think of what that would be. You can see that Tuesday is trying to pick up a Rabadon's Death Cap. They are going in on Fallen again. They really like killing this Galio. Galio will fall. A lot of ultimates blown there. What was it? It was Grig's ultimate, Blaze Olive's ultimate, and Treat's ultimate used all there. A lot of commitment just for a kill on the support. And because of the inhibitor falling down, they have to sacrifice their bottom outer turret. Tuesday is pressuring for the top inhibitor turret, whereas all of CLG pretty much is down in the bot lane trying to take that inhibitor turret. They're trying to turn it. but they actually just sacrificed their top lane inhibitor turret, and most likely their top lane inhibitor. They're just getting out-rotated, too much pressure on both sides of the map, and there may be a little bit of confusion in their calls going on right now. You can see that the Blaze Olive is going in, but LeBlanc is just too slippery. They will not pick up the bot lane inhibitor turret, and they did not pick up the top lane inhibitor. TSM were able to stop them from doing both of those, but they did lose an inhibitor turret, meaning that top inhibitor is open for the taking. Baron is coming up in 15 seconds, and Dragon is up in about 2 minutes time. You can see that vision-wise, really neither team has good vision. Currently CLG does have the vision on the Baron though, so there is no way that actually there is a fight going on. Wiggly does jump in, Greg does jump in onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is fine. Yep, Kai'Sa does go down. Corlin does go down. Wiggly is getting jumped on. Greg did proc his Guardian Angel. Tuesday does get jumped on. Tuesday will not fall as of yet. No, Tuesday does live for the time being. Wiggly does not fall either. Not yet, at least. There he is. Tactical does pick up Wiggly, meaning that that is a 3-for-0 trade with just Greg losing his Guardian Angel. You can currently see that Ezreal is actually popping off. He does have his Seraphs and his Mirror Mana pop ready. And a 1,000 gold bounty on him. Baron will be picked up by TSM Academy after that really good fight. Tuesday did live out of that on about probably 20 health or so. Very little health in it. One auto attack would have killed him. So currently it is 1 Baron for 1 Baron. And most likely will mean that TSM is able to pick up those 2 outer turrets and try and draw it closer to an equal. TSM are currently ahead 2,000 gold and look to have a better scaling comp than CLG Academy. So we will likely see another fight around this Infernal Dragon that is about to come up. Actually, TSM decided that they don't want to fight for it. Wow, it was very close. Nearly a pickup by the Ezreal. They did not have a smite, so it could have actually been taken. Mid lane outer turret will go. Inner turret actually is what it's called. Brandini is pushing the top lane to try and take the top lane inner turret, while the rest of TSM's team is pressuring for the inhibitor turret. Baron is going to make these minions quite hard to kill currently. And don't be surprised if there is an engager, which wow, that was a really fast kill. Blaze Olive does go down. Treat is getting jumped on, but Tactical is able to kite out their team and stop them from being able to take down Treats. So that is a 1-for-0 for CLG Academy there, meaning that a Blaze Olive will not have Baron, so very much worth for them. Brandini does have to back off. Tactical will, yep, everyone has to back off now just because of that one kill. CLG could easily take a fight now. So they have to reset and waste a bit of time on their Baron, which is quite a big pickup for CLG. You can still see that TSM does have quite a bit more gold. 33 minutes in, meaning that the next dragon will be Elder. Either team picking up Elder would be a massive deal. TSM a little bit more because of their 3 dragons to 2 for every dragon that you have when you pick up Elder is a bit more damage that that you do off the Elder buff. It scales per dragon you have. You can see that there is currently only 2 towers ahead for CLG Academy. The kills are 11 to 13. You can see that Tuesday has picked up his Rebelion's Death Cap now. Kai'Sa has picked up her Runon's Hurricane and Guinsoo's, as well as a Mercurial Scimitar, meaning that she'll be able to get out of the Lysandra ultimate now. Brandini has picked up his... Actually, he hasn't picked up anything from last time we saw. He is looking to get a Spirit Visage now. Gangplank has picked up a Youmuu's. That's what it was. No, he still has the Kindled Gem and Chain Vest for Wiggly. I'm not too sure as what that's meant to turn into, but he has now picked up a... what is it called? Oh my god, I can't... Fortitude Vest? No. I don't know. I can't think of the name. All of a sudden I've gone blank. You can see that Ablaze Olive is going for his Rabadons. He is currently about an item behind. I'm not too sure as to why he is an item behind, being that he is just under 50 gold ahead. Ezreal is ahead by quite a margin of his lane opponent, having a quicker build as well. The Blade of the Ruined King has been picked up by Ezreal. Usually you do see a Hextech Gunblade picked up by the Ezreal when they do this build, but he's decided to go for a bit more AD damage instead of AP. He does have a QSS as well to stop Wiggly's ultimate most likely, as well as I think maybe even the taunt from Galio. Looking at both teams, all summoners are up except for Wiggly's flash and Treat's flash. So, not really anyone needing a flash anyways for their engage. Wiggly does have quite good non-committal engage, as well as Galio has good engage but does have to commit pretty much his life to it. So if a big turn does happen, he will likely fall. Most likely as to why he has 1 to 7. You can see now that Mercurial Scimitar has been picked up by Galio. Oh, not Galio. By Ezreal. Brandini is looking to get a lot of damage onto the Gangplank. Galio just seems to be in my head right now. But he does get away. There's going to be a 5 for 5 right now. Coolin does get jumped on and will likely fall. Tuesday does get a lot of damage put onto him, but will live. Tactical does get Sejuani altered and has to retreat. Elder Dragon will be coming up in 17 seconds, meaning that there will likely be very little to no contest. So 10 seconds on that and 20 seconds on Baron. If they do take the Elder Dragon, most likely will take the Baron as well. Elder Dragon is quite easy to kill and can be soloed if they have to. You can see that his health just gets demolished. Wiggly is not bothering, and they're trying to trade for a Baron, which TSM have realized and have decided to start running up. Elder does get picked up by the Ezreal, and they are running straight for the Baron. Baron is only half health right now, so looking to stop them, and they do stop them off, but Greg does fall. Oh, actually, Tactical does fall. He does get shut down. That's actually a very big deal. Greg did have his Guardian Angel procced. Greg will actually fall as well. This is quite a bad fate for TSM. They're 3-0. Tactical was not in this fight. Lissandra does fall. Brandini is going on to 6A. 6A does get away. Brandini's Guardian Angel is procced. 6A does heal up. He will get Brandini will get taunted, and Corwin does fall as well. I was going to say he looks to be falling. So that was a 1 or 2 for 4. Not a good trade for TSM at all, and TSM may actually lose the game here. The death timers are long enough that CLG could take the game here. With just Treats being up, not very high of defense for either side. You can see that Tactical will be up in 8 seconds, but I don't believe that will be enough to stop them from lose the game. And it looks that CLG Academy will take this game 16-17 with a 2,000 gold deficit. So yeah, pretty close game. One fight really just threw the whole game there. TSM were ahead, then behind, then ahead. Very closely fought match, and in all fairness, probably a fair victory for CLG. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, you're welcome to dislike button. If you want to catch any more content, hit that subscribe button. Also, any feedback will be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time.